Welcome back, welcome back. Another fine day in the Matrix. Or at least I hope it is for you. Now, today's topic is going to be the change you want to see in the world. More strongly in your world, your life, your today's script, your nowadays. You can go on and on and on with that one. But I'm just going to recommend a few things. You can apply them, you don't have to apply them. That's up to you. I would start with the news. It's not beneficial because all they're doing is sub-programming your conscious mind, and you're going to start creating it as a soul player because you are a creator. So anything that you put in your mind's eye, is going to start programming. It just is. Subconscious just starts to program because that's what we're designed to do here. I would remove all social medias that do the same. Putting out big fear-mongering things. Right? Because it's not going to benefit you. I can tell you that right now. You know, same with this channel. You know, people are going to think, well, you're doing the same. Well, no, I'm putting out the truth. And truth only. Source truth. So, you know, there's a big difference. You know, you can tell on my channel that the likes are not very big. The views are not big. The subscribing is not very big. Maybe it's because I don't resonate with them. Maybe it's because they don't want this information going out. It's plausible. But I do know one thing, that I need to be patient. Because only high frequency people will get this video. Only the ones that remove the low frequency things that I've mentioned over and over, I'm not going to go there again, will receive this video. And I appreciate and I thank you for all the ones that did subscribe. I'm grateful. I always said if I could grab one soul and help them change their life like mine has been changed, for the good, the better, the best, then I would do that. So, again, going back, news and people's fear-mongering doesn't do us any good. Because like I mentioned, we're creators of this reality. So we're the one lighting up the show. So if we want to keep creating things that we don't want in our life, then keep doing the things you're doing. I promise you, it's not going to do you any good. So you're going to definitely benefit for doing that. And as I mentioned, if this is too much information, then simple, just don't watch it. You know, so you're representatives for Source here. You're basically in an audition, but basically you're also here to experience at the same time. Think about that. I mean, just stop for 1 second, sit down, lay down, close your eyes, meditate, and ask yourself why we're here. That should be the biggest question. Why are we here? And why are the things the way they are? It's a lot to handle. But you think it's just normal to get up day after day, do the same thing, Is it normal? I don't think so. That's what got me. The repetitiveness. the where's this going mentality. I was never happy. I would just drink my sorrows for pain, lots of pain in my life and physical, and just drink myself away. Didn't care. Lived life on the edge. If I woke up, I woke up. If I didn't, I didn't. But this is what got me here today, in the now, in this moment. Because I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. You ever hear that? I'm sure you have. Many times in your life. Sometimes it takes hitting rock bottom. And when I say I hit rock bottom, I hit rock bottom. Hard. But I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for that negative experience because I couldn't appreciate what I have now in my life, which is bliss, peacefulness. Now, are things perfect? Of course not. They're never going to allow that. But you can make the best of it, here and now. So, there's other things like dress responsible, dress kind of like you're going to an interview. I'm not saying go put on a 3-piece suit to go walking around to go grocery shopping. That's not what I'm saying. But be mindful of what you're wearing as well, because when you have certain t-shirts or whatever that are saying, really poor things or showing poor things, negative things like destructive things or F words or whatever. Okay, that's not going to serve you. I used to do all that stuff, wear the skull stuff, and I stopped that. I got rid of them. Because that's not representing source. We need to be proper here. We need to act accordingly here. And 2, it raises your frequency when you do so. Would you believe even the material in your clothes makes a difference? There was a study that showed they did different fabrics and some were high frequency, like linen, Egyptian cotton, silk were very high and frequency. And things like I'm wearing right now, because I just have bum around clothes at home, whatever. I'm wearing shorts right now and whatever you call these shirts. The 3/4 sleeve. No, it's full sleeve. Anyway, there's a difference in frequency. I also have linen. Are they the prettiest things? Not for everybody, maybe, but for me, I'm comfortable in it and I can feel the difference. I feel this vibration on my skin. I can feel it vibrating. And it, don't go there. In a frequency manner. So, again, like I said in the previous videos, that I don't have a stake in this. For telling you the truth. For putting it out there. The way I benefit from this is feeling great about it. Because it wouldn't be fair for me to have gotten where I am today and not share it. It'd be awful, in my opinion. I wouldn't feel good about it. Souls are here to help souls. Period. Are all souls going to get this? No, because they're so buried with congestion, mental congestion, physical congestion, that they will just look at this and turn their nose up at it and go whatever. Because everybody here believes that we're all souls. As I mentioned, does it make sense that souls are going to war against souls and doing the things? This is what I'm talking about, the programming, right, on the news. This is what they want you to believe. Everything here is an illusion. You got to know that. You got to know that. Don't believe it, know it. Own it. The truth from fiction. I mean, take a movie. Look what they can do in that movie. The theatrics, the explosions, the death scenes. I mean, they make it so realistic. I ask you, what's the difference? They can create it. I watched a show one time, I think it was Dustin Hoffman in it, and they were doing news stuff, and he wanted to make it, he took a commercial and turned it into a war zone. Babies being blown up and all this stuff. That's how good they are in theatrics. Well, the Matrix is the same. Everything you see, feel, touch, hear, smell is not real. See, these things are very, very critical to understand. That's why I'm very serious about this. I take it very seriously because it's important not to install fear into people. That's not my game plan. That's not what I'm trying to do. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I want to do it as subtle as I possibly can. But sometimes you got to rip the band-aid off because we're approaching very, very close to a change in timelines. And I want to make sure that all the souls can get there. It's imperative. We've left too many souls behind by all of us not waking up in time. There's no fear here. I'm just saying, when you look at the state of the world, which is an illusion, know that, feel that. You know, there's, like I mentioned before, I believe that you got to go out there and fight the fight. You know, if we don't do anything, nothing's going to change. Wrong. The only place you need to change is within your mindset. That's it. Don't waste your time fighting out there. Like, I'm passing by media stuff that's, you know, fighting against this and fighting against that. You're creating more of that. Now, I don't say all souls are there doing that, because it could be NPCs, right? But the problem is they encourage you to come into it. I too at one time wanted to do all that stuff and go, you know, protests, and then luckily my life changed for this. It ain't gonna do you a bit of good. I'm telling you, you're creating more of that. Every time I see a negative thing that I was following, I start to remove them. Because if I don't like a certain thing, then it's time to get rid of that. Because when I see it subconsciously through the eye, these eyes are for Matrix. Your inner, it's not an eye, it's a pineal gland, but that's where your movie's playing. That's your gateway to source, your connection. You know, your long hair's antennas. I have long hair past my shoulders. It's just like put it up in ponytail or wear hats because it is winter again. Well, you gotta love this game. But you gotta feel good about it. You know, you gotta do things that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside if you want to go there. You know, it's probably the right choice. If something feels not right, then it probably isn't the right choice. You need to connect with self. Bottom line. Because that's where it all started for me. In fact, the funny thing about the religion thing is I started this journey because when I think they call it the Lent and the religious thing, at that point I wasn't a churchgoer, I wasn't a Bible reader, but I thought there was something outside of myself that maybe, you know, I should behave or do something right, although it didn't stop me. I still drank when I wanted to drink, and I ate meat when I wanted to eat meat, and there was no two ways about it. Who cared, right? I do now. But the irony was that I said, well, you know what? I'm going to do something this time. This time I'm going to give up meat for whatever it is, 40 days. Then it led to 80 days. And I think it went a little further. And then one day I went into the drinking again, and then I ate meat again. This is a while back, mind you. A while back. Maybe 2015, 2016. And then I was eating meat for a little bit of time. Then I felt like this is not right. No way. Things started coming to me, videos and people talking about it. Look what they're doing to the animals and that. But I had an internal knowing. Self at that point was saying, why did you go back to eating meat? And that day I vowed to never touch it again, because I was like a freaking maniac eating it like bacon going out of style. Like I couldn't stop. For that little bit of time. And then one day I decided, no more. Not one time. Not one time I cheated with the meat. Nope. And it's because of that I stayed strong. I didn't Jones for it. I wasn't like, oh, I have to have it or else, you know, or the body needs meat. No, it doesn't. This is all other programming that I'm talking about. They even make him look better, healthier, just eating meat, nothing else. They look healthier. Well, that's the programming. That's what the Matrix is putting out for you to believe it. So you fail and go back to it. It's that simple. That simple. So you need to know the truth, and you need to feel the truth, and you need to apply the truth in your life. You know, so, you know, like there's this, I mentioned a few times now, that April 8th, the lunar eclipse. Whew, a lot of energy there going on. And then supposedly they're going to be shooting rockets at the moon. What? Why? And they're going to turn on the CERN. They do anything to get you going. But I'm not saying it's going to be like all peaches and cream, because this is some serious energy. Downloading or taken away, I'm not sure at this point. Well, I'm sure, but I just don't want to freak anybody out. But if you follow astrology, I don't really, but I know enough to say, this one's I mean, state of an emergency in Niagara Falls, and prep up the food and the water. Must be something. The reason I don't want to get into it is because I only have a hunch what it really is, and because I don't know for sure, 100% sure, I'm not going to talk about it, because why would I say something I don't know? Right? It's the future. It's not now, here, today. It's, you know, still considered future even if it's 3-4 days away. And I'm not going to speculate. I'm just saying, but we'll forget about all that for now. If you're living in your moment, living in your day, your frequency is going to rise as long as you left the low frequency stuff alone. That's must. And if you don't want it, that's fine. I'm not here to lecture. I'm just talking to the screen. There's nobody outside of myself, remember? I'm just talking to the screen, looking at myself. I can see myself. So I'm talking to myself. Get it? Self. That's who you need to impress, if you want to use that word. That's who you gotta have a great connection with. Yourself. Remember the airplane thing? Put the mask on yourself before you put it on anybody else. Save yourself first, then you can save others. If you don't put it on yourself first, you have a risk of you're gone. Same thing applies. Worry about yourself first. And that goes for everything. Everything. I'm not saying being rude and obnoxious and treat people like, not fairly. No, not what I'm saying. You gotta be gentle about it, and you gotta be serious about it at the same time. But you can be humble soul here, living in the gray zone, which means not left, not right. You're right in the center, so you're not bothered by the traffic on either side. The left side's all backed up with traffic right now. The right side's all backed up with traffic right now. I'm referring to that metaphorically, what's out there. But you can go in the center, which is the gray zone. Takes a while to get there. But don't fall for all this shenanigans. Be better than that. Do better than that. Do it for yourself, because I'm telling you, we're approaching different timelines soon. Do you think the world can continue being the way it is right now? Even though it's an illusion, but it's in your mind's eye. All souls are connected into this game. Lighting it up. Whether they know it or not. Alright? It's your power pack, your battery that's doing it. But if you don't have the knowledge, you're just giving it away. Everything we do, eat, sleep, walk, talk, shower, work, all costs energy. You just can't walk around and not charge energy. It's like credits. That's another topic, but I don't want to scare people off with that one. But you think they talk about energy. Oh, I don't have no energy today. I'm drained. Well, why do you think that is? What did you do? What did you do to be that drained? Now, granted, right now, because of what's going on with the solar flares and the downloads, what's going on, all souls are pretty much drained, or they're going off their rockers with energy. So I try to take it easy for now. Be mindful that what it is. Like, if you're tired, you're tired. Go to sleep. Recuperate that energy. Don't fight it. Don't sit there and drink 10 cups of coffee a day to claim it back, because that's a false energy. Do I drink coffee? Yes. But one a day, maybe. Sometimes not during the week, but usually the weekend. And see what I just did? The week end. You're creating a weaker end of the week to begin with. You see how easy these words are programming. So be mindful of that as well. Always in this now day. I don't get up and go get that cup of coffee. No, I'm referring to in the afternoon. We will have one. And it's not like the strong stuff, it's actually weak stuff. But anyway, running off tangent here. Going back to the energy, you need your real energy within. Don't give it away. It's yours. and only yours. I mean, yes, we're lighting up this game, so it's a shared energy. That's not what I'm talking about. That's a must. That's a given. There's no choice. You have to give up energy to make this illusion work, to make it run. So imagine doing that and giving away your energy by low frequency things. And then you're dragging your heels and your heads down by the time you come home from work or school or whatever it is. You know, you see a lot of people that are to the roof with energy. Well, there's a good chance that they're NPCs. They make it look like they have that much. You know, they're doing this, they're doing that, and they never wear down, and they... Well, that's great if you're a soul and you have that kind of power. That's awesome. Awesome. But majority are being wore down with what's going on out there. And the ironic thing is there is no out there. It's an illusion. I'm telling you, you gotta know it. That's why I'm making this video about be the change you want to be to see in the world, because you're the only one that can change it. I don't want to sound like a nag and bore you to death, and you know, I'm not the best speaker or the best tech guy to do these videos, but I'm trying my best. I'm sure I can improve it, but the message is getting out, and that's what's more important than bells and whistles. I'm telling you, if you start now, make the conscious effort to know who you are. Make the conscious effort to stop putting things in your mouth that don't belong. We all, as I mentioned before, you know, cookies, cakes, whatever, chips. Everybody's going to do it because it was what we grew up with, you know, a treat. Not every day, but I mean, it was a treat. You know, once a week we had a treat. So we all have missed that childhood thing. And your inner child self sometimes wants that kind of stuff too. The inner child's gonna bug you and bug you till you do it. If you're craving for ice cream, not me, I react to dairy, but doesn't stop me. I pay for it, yes. But I wish I didn't do it, yes. But I try to find non-dairy alternatives, but it's not always the best. But treat yourself once in a while. Don't be so hard on yourself, right? We're here to have fun, but also experience what we have to offer in this matrix. Look at the beauty out there. But the beauty is being taken away and destroyed by insanity, by corruption. But most importantly, it's an illusion. Right? That's what they want you to believe, that the world's gone to pieces. But it's not true. You want to change that channel? You want to see better things? Stop watching it. Stop creating it. Just stop. Make the conscious effort today. I'm not going to watch the news and listen to the propaganda and the lies and the deception, because they're not telling you you're in the matrix, are they? They made you believe the globe is round. Some want to make you believe it's flat. How about there is no flat or round? You're in an illusion. How is there possibly round or flat when you're in an illusion? There is no earth. We're all dreaming this right here. So how can there be anything outside of yourself? But then you got to be careful, because you say, well, then this shouldn't matter about eating the meat. I mentioned that before. I keep repeating for two reasons. One, in case somebody didn't see the channel, the video, the rest of them. So I have to repeat myself to get them to think about that. And two, is to push it. Put that seed in your head, because I'm telling you, your world will change. So I know I'm ranting right now, But I'm just trying to drill that point home. Because dragging your feet will not benefit you right now. Not going to benefit you one bit. You got to take this serious. And if you don't want to change anything, then don't. Continue doing what you're doing. And when the time comes, you'll go home, which is source. But there's a price to pay. Do you want to take that chance? I know I don't. I want to do future creations with other source players. I wouldn't want to be taken out of any more future games, because that's one of the possibilities that the cost is going to cost you. One of them. No more playing the future games because you just don't want to get it. You just want to stay doing what you think in a selfish way, that I want what I want, and that's it. It's like that, what's his name on The Matrix, you know? He wanted to be reinstated into the Matrix because he got tired of living the truth. When he ate that piece of steak, he said, if I learn one thing from the Matrix, is ignorance is bliss, and that's key. Ignorance is bliss. And that's a fact. It's much easier to just say, so what? Whatever, live your life. Now, I'm not talking about the NPCs because they're programmed. Right? They will be unplugged from the game, and that's it. But the souls that created this game are the ones that are going to pay for it. Not in punishments, like I said in the past. It's not punishments I'm talking about. I'm just being privilege will be revoked. They'll be revoked. Because we're here entertaining ourselves, right? We're free flowing energy. So we decided to create these games. There's a Matrix 1, the physical realm. I was supposed to get into that, but I'll just give a quick rundown. Basically, we were these big machines, created machines with ourselves in it. We weren't like here, colors, smells, language, none of that. It was just basic, big, bulky machinery that we were. But to make a long story short, we were pushed into near the end. Things happened, and then, make a long story short, we decided to go into this secondary game. Yeah. I saw a picture of a two-headed, one person, male and female in one body. That's what the first Matrix was. In fact, they even did a movie, what was it called, that they were both inside this big machine, the female and the male, and they connected consciousness. I can't recall the name of it, but it's playing all the time. They're trying to tell you, all these Matrix movies are playing on and over and over and over and over and over because they're trying to drill it in your head. This is what it is. But that's what it kind of was in the first Matrix. Then war broke out, and then, well, we had to come into this game. It's a great game. It's frustrating sometimes, yes, because we don't really comprehend it all. Like, even I sometimes am like, whew, wow, how would anybody remember or figure this out? We couldn't remember because we've been wiped out, but then we came and entered this game so many times we did it on our own. They didn't have to wipe you out anymore. That's how bad it got that we did to ourselves. We just enjoyed this lifestyle We took advantage of it, and man, you wiped your own self out. Your memory. Not self, your memory. You did it on your own. That's all many times we've looped. Not this time. For one, that's it for the game. Moving on to the next part. Then jump from the third to the fifth. And I can tell you right now, eating meat and low frequency things are not welcome in the fifth. I didn't make the rules, I just accepted them. Yes, we all created this game, but the rules were already set, so we had to accept it, the mission, or don't accept the mission. Choice was ours. Obviously, I'm here talking, so I accepted the mission. But everything here, time is illusion, but time is running out. So I don't want to bore you to death. I just felt like it was important to make this video because time is now. Now or never. I'm telling you, I can't say it enough. Now or never. If you're okay with doing what you think is right for yourself, doing low frequency things, go for it. Is it gonna harm me? No. But it's just sad because I want all the souls to make it back home, because we are a family. It's impossible for me to reach around the world every soul. Maybe subconsciously can try, I guess. But I will leave it there. I don't want to take up too much of your time, even though it's an illusion. So yeah, let's get through the sun and moon thing, see what that brings, and then hopefully we'll see you soon with a new video, and we'll talk soon. Alright, be the greatest version of yourself in the now.